What's going on, guys? It's Kai, and on this channel we're going to be looking at all things that make us money. I upload weekly on this channel, so if you are new, hit that subscribe button. As you know, I'm not a financial advisor, but everything I bring you is straight facts, so let's jump into the video. Today we're going to be looking at the penny stock Ctrm. I believe that is ready and primed to blow. What they do is they hold vessels, so big ships, and they export dry goods. They've been trading as a stock Ctrm since 2019, 11th of February. They opened up the market at $5.20, which is really huge, and now it's currently set at the price of 69 cents. Just looking at the whole chart and the way it's been growing over the past, I'm looking at the daily chart as of now. Yeah, no, it's making a really steady climb. So the 11th of January 2020 has been a bit of a reconsolidating year for them, starting on the kind of 1st of January, trading at about 22 cents, and they've slowly, they've had some gains about highs of 27, but a few dips as well, about 17, and now they've slowly started to look really bullish. They went to 39 cents on the 13th of January and kind of dipped down and then hit highs of 43 cents, and they've just been really slowly climbing. I've been in this stock since 39 cents, which will go about this sort of date here. So about the 19th of January I've been in since there. Had an absolute massive explosion all the way up to highs of 90 cents, which is huge. Obviously it's reconsolidating now at about 69, 70 sort of cents. And this is why I think it is the perfect time, and I'm going to go through all the reasons why it's a perfect time to kind of get into this stock, because I can see this making 20, 80% within the next couple of weeks. So the first bit of evidence that really stands out to me is the fact that NASDAQ has officially given them a 180-day extension. Okay, so they're trading through nasdaaq. That's the kind of market they're trading through. Yeah, they kind of met with them and asked for an extension effectively. So they've given them 180 days to maintain a $1 stock price over 10 trading days. Kind of go into this detail. So it just states here that the company cured its deficiency if the closing bid price of the common shares $1 per share or higher for at least 10 consecutive business days during the second compliance period. Effectively, the way it's moving and the things that we're going to go into today is going to kind of show why I think it will go over $1 and it will remain over $1 for a long time. Like I said, in 2019 on the 11th of February, it was $5, so it was a super high price. I just think there's a lot of potential in this business, even for the long term. But I mean, just it on its own as a trade to kind of make some profit is highly possible. Already made 100% already, going up to 90 cents, and then it's just kind of reconsolidating now. As of the close of 2020, they actually had 6 bulk carriers that were doing all the dry goods kind of vessels. So it's not a small operation. They're not messing about. You can clearly see that they've got their eyes in the right place, their minds in the right frame. They're spending money to make money. They're buying vessels. In 2020 alone, they bought 3 ships, which is really good news. Like I said, like the investments there, they're trying to get as much profit as they possibly can. And obviously these shipments take a long time. So in the longer haul, when these shipments are kind of going across and they're taking their payments and making up for the investments they put in, I think this could be, like I said, even a long-term play. Got here is actually a September 2020 overview. I found their financial report, and it's just kind of the financial results for 3 months. So just going to go through some of the highlights. Revenues net $2.8 million 3 months ended September the 30th, compared to $1.2 million 3 months in 2019, so 133% higher. The average fleet time charter equivalent TCE is of $8,081 per day for 3 months and ended in September the 30th, compared to a $10,000 for the 3 months in 2019, which is a 22% period to period decrease, which is really good. And the cash and restricted cash of $38.1 million as of September the 30th, 2020, as compared to the $5.1 million in the December the 31st, which is 654% over this period increase. So, it's some really good kind of statistics. And I thought, although this doesn't really give us much to go off now, it does give us, the progress they're making year on year. And when in 2019 they were trading at $5, they're making everything a bit more streamlined. They're making everything flow a bit more better. They're making their cost less. They're making more profit. They're gaining more ships. To me, it just seems like they were trading at $5 then. Why can't they trade at $5 now? So we could potentially see that. I'll get into my price prediction after all this evidence. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a look at their financials. I like to do this through Trading 212 because it breaks it all down quite easy for me, and I can just kind of read it off to you guys and it'll make sense rather than a load of little jargon. Their financial summaries, the brief for the 9 months ended on the 30th September. So this is what we've just kind of looked in here. They're 3.1 million to 8.1 million. The net loss totaled at 985,000 versus an income of 561,000. The revenues reflect an increase in demand for the company's products and services due to favourable market conditions. A net loss reflects interest and financial costs. The net decrease from $2,000 $2,000, the income to $1.9 million, and the expense and depreciation and amortization increased from $552,000 to $1.1 million in expenses. They've got net income, they're making money, they're clearly a profitable business. And what I also like to take a look at, I like to take a look at their asset to their actual company. Yeah, if we just take a look at the balance sheet here, this is annually, and obviously this is of 2019 because all this data is kind of backlogged. Total assets are sitting at 30.42 million, with the total liabilities of 17.22 million. So say, for example, this worst case scenario, you invest in this stock, you've got that kind of safety blanket that if they were to sell or liquidify the whole entire business, they have assets that will cover all their expenses. So that is another thing to always look at when you're doing your kind of risk factor. But they're looking in a really, really strong place overall, which is really, really good. So I've got a couple articles here, and this is why I think the stock has actually gone up, and this is the news that's kind of affected it. What Casa Maritime have actually done, they've announced they've got a 15.3 million loan that's being given to them, a loan facility. The reputable financial institution has given them this loan with a 3.3% per annum on the interest. This is a new debt finance in our largest state, which is attractive cost of funds, will provide additional liquidity, enabling us to pursue our strategic goals of expanding our fleet and delivering long-term profitability to our shareholders. All my articles and information will be linked down below, so you can also check for yourself. And with this loan, they've actually gone ahead and bought a new bulk carrier vessel acquisition. Then on this article on Yahoo Finance, they spent $17.5 million. So, they're spending a lot of money, which is, is a good thing. They're putting the investment in there, and obviously they are making money because they're making quite a bit of profit year on year. They bought a hand-built Cape-sized dry bulk carrier for an unaffiliated third-party seller for the purchase price of $17.5 million. The acquisition is expected to be consummated by taking delivery of the vessel sometime in the end of the first quarter or the beginning of the second quarter of the year. After the completion of its scheduled dry docking, a special survey that also includes the installation of the ballast water treatment system and is subject to satisfaction of certain customary closing conditions. They've effectively purchased another ship to make them more money, so that will get them sitting at 7 ships. It's a super strong position, and look, they've got all their assets in place, their income, they're making profit. Yeah, they're acquiring a few different loans here and there, but you've got to spend money to make money. I think a lot of you guys will understand that sort of business side of things. Ultimately, I can see this stock going from anywhere within the next kind of 2-3 weeks. I can see this going up to $1.20, which I don't think is you can make 100 times on this stock. I don't think that's a unreasonable amount at all, and definitely worth getting into a position as soon as possible. I just want to let you guys know they have been picked up by the Wall Street bets. A lot of people have mixed feelings about this. Basically, they're Reddit guys, if you don't know, guys that put on a page and they're trying to pump up stocks to make as much money as they possibly can. You've seen this with GME, made it go to $400-500, which is insane. So this is actually part that in their discussions, it has been restricted quite a few times, CTRM. What I do is, like I said, be careful, do your due diligence and make sure. But I mean, just in the terms of longevity in this business and what they're actually planning and what they're going for and what they're aiming to do as a company, I think, mate, it's something definitely to get behind, and I think it's definitely going to make us some money in the future. So, but I do have a position in myself, been in since 39 cents, and I'm going to hold that position because, like we said, we've got the NASDAQ coming in with 180 days where they got 10 consecutive days over $1. You could definitely see some nice profits right there. What I'd be doing, because this is quite a volatile stock and it is going to be up and down, it's a penny stock at the end of the day, I'll be taking profits as and when I see them. Yeah, anyway guys, thanks so much for watching the video. If you did like it, hit a like button. If I missed any information, drop it in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.